Hello guys, how's it going? It's Nathan here, Royal Masters. Well, I'm super excited today because a new Royal vacuum just arrived. This is the DreameTech L10 Pro. Wow. And right off the bat, good job for providing a nice colorful box, because you know how I am with colorful boxes. I like that. Gives a nice presentation. The boxy thing, we're going to go and talk about the L10 Pro. We'll do the review. We're going to go and look at the cleaning challenges, the navigation. We'll check out the features, the specifications, the app integration, everything you need to know about the L10 Pro. And before we do that, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel. Really does help out the video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. It's Nathan here, and I do a lot of cool raw vacuum reviews and products. And we do have a link down below, so if there's any special coupons, check that out. You may be able to find a special deal on the L10 Pro. Alright, let's go and get started. Let's go and see the obstacle challenge here. I put a bunch of different obstacles down, and we'll see how well the L10 Pro does. And of course, I got Sparkles, the magical unicorn. We'll see if Sparkles lives to see another day. Alright, let's go and make it more interesting. I'm going to bring in the S6 Max V, Roborock's latest raw vacuum with the reactive AI technology, versus the DreameTech L10 Pro with the laser-based system. Well, what do you guys think? Who's going to win? The laser-based system or the counter-based system? Let me know down in the comments, and no cheating, and we'll see which one's the best raw vacuum. So off to the left there, we got the L10 Pro versus Sparkles, and it looks like the L10 Pro is going around Sparkles without any issues. Now we got the same scenario off to the right there, but it looks like Sparkles is calling the S6 Max V names, calling him fat or something, and I don't think the S6 Max V is liking this very much. Both these robots did a pretty good job going around this navigation challenge. They were able to recognize and go around the objects effectively. Now, the whole point of having optical recognition on a robot vacuum is to avoid objects you may occasionally leave on the ground. Maybe it's that pet toy, maybe a power strip, maybe some shoes, whatever the case may be. The robot vacuum should be able to go around it. Having the optical avoidance means that your dog Fluffy can ensure that his toys doesn't actually get sucked up as these robot vacuums clean your house. Like the L10 Pro is in the lead, and the S6 Max V is not too far behind. The robot can save multiple maps to select map management, then select create a new map. Now there's a notification letting you know to clear the area. Also make sure that the robot starts and ends from the docking station so it can properly save the map. Now within a few seconds, the robot's going to clear out the existing map and create a new one. Don't worry, it's going to save this map that I have shown on screen. The L10 Pro will divide this area up in small partitions and just kind of continue on until it creates the entire map. Don't worry, as the map is completed, the robot vacuum will be more efficient and will be able to clean quicker. So you guys can see how effective the robot vacuum was going around these various obstacles. It was able to go around the chair legs without getting lost. So that's a nice thing about Lidar navigation. Alright, so the robot's going to continue on dividing up the areas. I found that I didn't have to worry about leaving obstacles on the ground or picking them up, because the robot vacuum did a pretty good job recognizing most of the obstacles and was able to effectively go around them. So if you have like small pet toys, maybe cables laying on the ground, the robot vacuum should be fine. The robot vacuum had no problems covering my entire floor plan, which is about 2,600 square feet on a single charge. But if it happens to run out of juice, it does have the ability to go back to its docking station to charge up and then resume where it left off. This is a great feature if you have a larger floor plan. Also, without multiple maps, you can actually take it to different levels of your house. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to squeeze myself behind this trash can here in this small area, and we'll show how much the L10 Pro picked up during my entire house cleaning challenge. Now, this is a mixture of hardwood floors and carpeting. I did have this guy set in its quiet mode, so it looks like it picked up a fair amount of like the dust mites. Also picked up some Lucky Charms, so this must have been some leftover debris that I did from my previous cleaning challenges. So I think it did a pretty good job, so now I have to clean out the dustbin. Well, they say that the scale doesn't lie, so let's go ahead and do a cleaning challenge. I'm going to go ahead and weigh out the dry weight of the dustbin. It's about 6.750 ounces. Now I'm going to go ahead and put about 3 ounces of rice on my floors here, and we'll see how much the L10 Pro can pick up. Now for this challenge, I have the L10 Pro set on its max power mode. Also, I have this guy run twice, so it's going to do like a crisscross pattern. So if you watch any of these robot vacuums that use Lidar navigation, you may know how they navigate. So with the L10 Pro, it starts with a perimeter sweep, then it fills in that perimeter with a back and forth cleaning pattern. Now I do have this guy set to twice, so it's going to actually do a crisscross pattern. I do appreciate that. Some robot vacuums don't have this option, but it's a nice feature because it helps get the dirt and debris from different angles. So with the 4,000 pascals of suction on the fairly large dustbin around 600 milliliters, I suspect this robot vacuum should do a fairly good job. Now, if you like this type of video, please give me a big old thumbs up. It really does help out the video here. So it looks like the dustbin is 9.740 ounces. So if I do the calculations, it picked up 2.99 ounces out of 3 ounces. So about 99% score there. Okay, so first of all, I really like the design of this robot vacuum. It's a pretty nice minimalistic design. You got your return to home, got your power button, also acts as a clean button, and lastly you got your spot clean function. Now this robot vacuum does have a Lidar navigation for navigation, and you also have a clickable dummy thingy, so low hanging furniture doesn't hit its head and get hung up on couches and sagging furniture. Okay, let's go and open up the flappy lid here, and can you guys see that? Yep. It's a very large dustbin here. Let me guys show you over here. Yes, this dustbin is around 600 milliliters. I believe it's like 598 milliliters. Very close. Also has a nice cleaning tool. So yes, you can do your eyelashes. You can clean the robot off. And more importantly, you can cut the hair off the extractor bar. So very nice. You do have a reset right here. Take a little pen, reset the robot. Also, there's a Wi-Fi status. So if it's solid blue, it means that it's actually connected to your network. Alright, let's go ahead and get this guy flipped over so you guys can see underneath the robot. Very quick look at the robot. You have everything you need. You got your clip sensors, your single side arm side brush, and they do go with the bristle design. Some people say that it lasts longer than like the silicone design. I've experienced that both these designs last pretty long time. Front wheel caster. This guy does charge from the front here. And let's check out this extractor bar here. So this is your combination extractor bar, and yes, let's go and take that tool there. And if you do have a lot of hair wrapped around, just go ahead and just swipe it down, and it makes it really easy to remove all the hair that gets wrapped around. So that's just something to consider. And you can remove the ends. You just kind of pull on them, and look at all this. There's some more string and some more hair right there. So, alright, let's go and test this section here. I got a mixture between low profile carpets and medium profile carpets. Also in the back there, I got a rubber mat, so we'll see how well this vacuum does. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and empty out the dustbin. I got a notification saying that the filter's clogged, and we'll go ahead and rerun this test. I'll leave it as is, and we'll see if we can pick up this dirt and debris. But to give the robot the best chance, I'll empty out the dustbin and clear out the filter. So luckily this was just user error. I just kind of forgot to empty out the dustbin when I was doing these cleaning challenges. So luckily the robot vacuum detector loss in section alerted me via the app. Also, if you have an issue with like the side brushes or if they need to be replaced, the app will let you know as well. Okay, so here's a look. You notice there's still some powder right there, but for the most part, there's a little bit of dust and debris, but I think it did a pretty good job on this carpet. And for the thicker profile carpet, I think this is like medium profile. It actually did a really good job on there. And there's the rubber mat. Still some fine dust and debris you can see there. And hardwood floors, still a little bit there as well. So you could have the robot run again, but for the most part, I think it did a pretty good job for being a robot vacuum. Okay, let's go and check out the optical avoidance. I would make sure to have the 3D high precision optical avoidance enabled here. And then once we do that, we'll just select the zone, which I've already done. We'll just have it clean twice and start the cleaning job. So you're probably wondering, who's the L10 Pro for? Well, it's for someone who has a fairly active lifestyle. Maybe they have a lot of dirt and debris on the ground, or they have pets that like to leave their chew toys on the ground. Don't worry about this. This robot vacuum should be able to handle this environment. It's a very smart robot vacuum. It's able to untangle itself from a lot of sticky situations. Also, you can see that it can navigate around various obstacles without any issues. So if you have a messy floor plan, or if you want a robot vacuum that's fully featured with all the smart mapping features, also you do have mopping capabilities, well, I think the L10 Pro is a good choice. And check out my links down below. I do have some special coupons if you're interested in getting this robot vacuum. Okay, so what do you guys think about the results so far? I think it did a good job. I had it go twice. You see some dirt and debris here, some around some of the edges there, but you can see that the robot vacuum did a pretty good job going along the edges, trying to get its side sweeper underneath the object to kind of push that debris around. Now, the areas where it struggled was the shoestrings. Most of these robot vacuums I test do struggle with that, so I do recommend picking up the shoestrings and any long like power cables. Also, with the vacuum scale, since it sat so low to the ground, the sensors didn't really detect it, so I had to use its physical bump sensor and just kind of go around it. But you can see it was still able to navigate around it. So, for the most part, I think the L10 Pro is fine. For a messy environment, you shouldn't have problems with the robot vacuum to get stuck. So let's go and look at the application. This robot vacuum does use the Mi Home app, so we'll just jump into it. So what I like about the Mi Home app is you can pair up a lot of different brands like Xiaomi, DreameTech, and some other brands. So once you have another raw vacuum or air purifier or any other device, it will actually list up here. You have some automation stuff. I haven't really played around with it, but you can dig into it and you can do some cool features. Also got your profile off to the bottom right there. So let's go and just jump into it. So like most roll-up vacuums, you have a typical layout. Now the map is divided up into color-coded sections to represent rooms. And all you have to do is just select a room and then just press clean. I do like the fact that you can select once or twice, and the roll-up vacuum does do a crisscross pattern. Now this roll-up vacuum does support multi-map mapping. So just go ahead and select new map if you want to create a new map. And when you're ready to switch maps, all you have to do is just make sure you're on the correct map and just load it up. It's very simple. As you can see, you can edit the map. You can merge areas by selecting different areas together, or you can actually divide up the areas. It's pretty simple. Select an area, and you can see this little handle here. Now you also can rename the map. There's some pre-set names here, but looks like you can actually create your own. So hopefully down the road you will have that ability. But most of the main ones are there. Okay, let's go and jump back into here and check out the settings here. Now, the settings is pretty simple. You do have the optical avoidance. You do have the option to disable that. You do have voice as well. There's just a few languages, and you can control the volume there. You have a do not disturb mode, which basically turns off the light and voice, and mop cleaning reminder basically lets you know when to wash your mop. Kind of a cool little feature there. Okay, let's go and select the other things. So yes, you have 4 different vacuum levels. You also have electronically controlled mopping systems with 3 different levels. Cleaning history basically gives you the breakdown of what you've done, and it gives you a layout. So most of your vacuums have these features. And let's go and check out the scheduling. We'll see if we can tell it to go to a certain room to schedule. So yes, looks like I can select a certain room to go out and clean. So that's a very nice feature. So for example, I want the roll back to clean 6 a.m. in the morning, the kitchen area, and then at 10 o'clock do the living room area. That's an option. Okay, let's go and jump back. You can do the water flow setting. You can also select different cleaning modes, so that's really nice. And lastly, you can select what day of the week you want the roll vacuum to clean. So yes, I'm glad that DreameTech provided a lot of features in the customization app or the scheduling app. So good job there. All right, let's see what else there is. You have locate my robot.
The robot is here.
So if your robot wants to play hide and seek, you can locate it. You have the device name, you can change the name. Location management basically lets you authorize the app to know where you're at. Everything else is very similar. You do have a accessory reminder and lets you know when to clean the filters and to replace them. Alright, so that's just a basic look at the app. Everything else is very similar. If you ever use the vacuum, you do have the zone select, and you also have virtual walls, so you can do keep out zones as well. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the mopping system. This roll vacuum can vacuum and mop at the same time. So I'll just pinch from the sides here to remove the mopping plate.
The water tank has been removed.
And one nice thing is there is some instructions. You can use warm or cold water. Also, they don't recommend using chemicals because it could damage the hoses if you're using harsh chemicals. So to remove this mopping pad, all you do is just lift from the top here, and it's held on by 2 Velcro strips, and just kind of slide across. Now, when you're mopping, I do recommend pre-wetting the mopping pad, just to help with the water flow. And it doesn't have to be super wet. And just find that track there and just slide it back on. And just fold it over. Make sure it's nice and flush. Now let's go and install the water here. I believe the tank is around 270 milliliters. Alright, so we should be good to go. Let's go and slide the mopping plate back in the robot.
The water compartment has been installed.
Okay, let's go and check out the results here, see how much the dust and debris the mopping pad picked up. And if you guys still stuck around, you guys are awesome, you guys are troopers. And all my long-term subscribers, all my new subscribers, thank you so much. It means the world to me. And if you have any questions about the L10 Pro, feel free to shoot a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Alright, let's go and start wrapping up this video. Alright, let's go and give you my final thoughts. I'll give you my pros and cons on the DreameTech L10 Pro and if you should get it. Alright, so the pros are I like this Roborock vacuum's design. It's a no-frills design but works really well in my testing. Also, I like the fact that you have the 3-button layout here. Gives you all the cool features like the return to home. You also have the power button and you can do spot clean right on the robot. But you do have additional control with your smartphone. Use the Mi Home app or you can use Alexa as well to start and stop the robot. Okay, so I do appreciate the dome that's pressure sensitive. So low hanging furniture or couches that sag, this Roborock vacuum shouldn't get stuck because we're able to detect that. Now also I like the large dustbin here. This is a 600 milliliter dustbin, so I could get about 2 or 3 days worth of cleaning without needing to empty out the dustbin. And if you have a lot of pet hair, you do have a nice cleaning tool, so you can just take that and swipe it off and get the hair off pretty easily. Alright, let's talk about the downsides. Now, even though I like the docking station, I kind of wish there was a way to wrap the power cable around to give it just a little bit cleaner setup. Combination style extractor bars, even though they do a pretty good job on hardwood floors and carpeting, they do wrap the hair around. So that's just something to consider. If you're a pet owner, you do have to use this tool a lot. Okay, so for performance wise, I think it's a good performer. 4,000 pascals is good enough for it to clean up most of the debris. It's not going to get everything, but I felt like it was able to do well on the powder challenge, did well on the rice challenge as well. Okay, so do I recommend the DreameTech L10 Pro? Yes, if you have a messy household, get this guy. This guy should be able to navigate basically everywhere in your floor plan, and it shouldn't get stuck due to the 3D technology. So, thanks so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Be safe out there. Adios.